Greetings, family. AngelicSolutions.org. Angel is on the mic, and today we're going to speak about the hidden cost of cheap tech, why upgrading mobile devices is a game changer for DSPs, or having a system in place that allows drivers to hone for themselves. In the fast-paced world of last-mile delivery, efficiency is everything. Yet, many delivery service partners unknowingly sabotage their own operations by cutting corners on a critical piece of equipment, the driver's smartphone. Now, let's keep in mind, at some point it was a Zebra. UPS used their own type of devices, which were strictly created for delivery. And now Amazon has switched it from a device that's specifically made for that to now using cell phones. So they created an app and said, well, we don't need to create our own device. We don't need the Zebra anymore. We can just create an app and people can use their phones. But this creates another avenue, another problem, another branch, right? And I don't know if it's necessary, but okay, let's continue. After spending months navigating routes with company provided budget phones, I conducted a personal case study. I invested in a state-of-the-art device just to see if it would make my day faster, easier, and less prone to digital roadblocks. The results were undeniable. Now, I still had glitches, and the app is not perfect, and Amazon hasn't perfected their craft, but it made my life so much easier. Trying to save money by bulk purchasing cheap phones does not streamline operations. Instead, it creates an unpredictable operational bottleneck. Here's why rethinking your tech strategy and potentially embracing a bring your own device model can transform your logistics operations. The true cost of budget phones? Logistics apps are notoriously resource intensive. When DSPs rely on cheaper hardware to run these demanding systems, the result is a recipe for disaster. Now operations is more about charging and getting new phones or getting driver phones than it is about operations. Drivers face constant app crashes, glitches, and rapid battery drain. During my case study, I upgraded to a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra Android phone, enclosed in a rugged protective case. The difference was night and day. Zero downtime. With a high-speed processor, crashes and glitches became practically non-existent. Superior battery management. Paired with a 55-watt fast charging power bank, my device stayed powered through my breaks without ever requiring a mid-route rescue. Never needed it throughout my whole 4-year ordeal with the DSP world. Better hardware, high-quality cameras meant faster, more reliable barcode scanning and delivery photo captures. I have fun with my phone. It became the phone for that. And people will tell me, man, you use such an expensive... It's my job. This is work. This is how I pay my bill. This is serious to me. So I'm going to use top of the top equipment that I need to do my job as easy as possible. Never understood why nobody ever thought like me, but I understand it now. Throughout my tenure using this premium setup, I never once had to call dispatch for a replacement phone or power bank. It was always about route problems, route inefficiency, instruction problems, etc. Always a warehouse Amazon problem. If my communication with the dispatch or the DSP was always about glitches, app glitches, Amazon problem, package problems. It was never about phones or anything of the kind. If dead batteries and broken devices are an ongoing problem in your DSP, it is an internal operational failure, not necessarily a driver failure. A hygiene and workflow advantage. Beyond hardware performance, there are significant workflow and hygiene benefits to dedicated devices. Logging in and out of shared devices every day is tedious and wastes precious time. Furthermore, shared devices pass through countless unwashed hands, a major concern for health-conscious drivers. Assigning specific routes, vans, and phones to individual drivers would instantly make operations smoother, safer, and more sanitary. When drivers are forced to share cheap equipment, accountability drops. When they have ownership over their tools, they take pride in their work. And this is proven psychology. The fear of broken equipment versus the BYOD solution. What keeps DSP owners from investing in top-tier tech? The fear that drivers will mishandle and destroy expensive company property, which is a narrative within this model. If outfitting the entire fleet with premium phones isn't financially viable, there is an alternative solution. Encourage and incentivize drivers to provide their own dedicated work equipment. Boom, problem solved. Because this is my livelihood, and it could just be a 50-cent incentive. Because this is my livelihood, I want to perform at my absolute best. By purchasing my own high-end phone and charging gear, the only things I relied on my DSP for were the van and the hand truck. That's it. And you can get your own hand truck as well. Hopefully they can open up a 1099 branch and allow professional drivers like me to just have their own everything and sign a 1099 contract and work for the DSP, because at this point, nobody wants to work for a DSP that is so filthy and dirty and lacks operational acumen. This shifted the dynamic from a traditional employer-employee equipment struggle to a strategic partnership. Now we're partners. Now we're working together. Is this a loophole? Perhaps. But the ultimate goal is forging a system that works for everyone, encouraging new drivers to invest in their own dedicated work phones, perhaps subsidized by a modest equipment stipend, is a step in the right direction. Strategic takeaways for the DSP ecosystem. For the DSP owners, audit your tech ROI. Track how much time and money is lost to dispatch rescues, route delays, and device replacements caused by cheap phones. The savings of budget tech often evaporate in operational inefficiency. B, explore BYOD stipends. Consider offering a monthly tech stipend for drivers who choose to use their own approved high-performance devices. This shifts the liability of device care to the driver while boosting route efficiency. For DSP managers and dispatchers, optimize device settings. This is for DSP managers and dispatchers. Optimize device settings. Train your drivers on how to pre-position their phones for success. Ensure unnecessary background apps are disabled and battery saver modes are utilized properly. Push for asset assignment. Advocate for assigned vans and devices. When a driver uses the same equipment daily, they take better care of it, and you spend less time playing musical chairs at loadout. This also avoids drivers from finding their own loopholes and purposely doing this to have easier days. We have seen our share of dynamics in the DSP model. And for driver associates, DAs, invest in your livelihood, brother, sister. If you plan on doing this job long-term, consider investing in your own dedicated work phone and a high wattage power bank. It will drastically reduce your daily stress and help you finish your routes faster. Protect your gear. If you do buy your own device, protect your investment. Heavy-duty case and a screen protector are non-negotiable in the logistics field. Bottom line, my takeaway, last-mile logistics should not be run on a weak tech system. Drivers struggle far more than necessary when battling cheap hardware and unstable apps. By upgrading our tools or empowering drivers to bring their own, we can build a faster, safer, and more profitable delivery network. And I say this because I am analog all the way, and this technology, this digital takeover is changing the way we do things, and we need to do it mindfully. So when we realize that most of it is caused because of the surge and the quick rise of technology over us, and we slow down and master it, we'll be all right. I think it's just a matter of taking a magnifying glass and looking at each subtle problem, each bottleneck, each problem carefully, and then finding the proper solutions. Again, if you guys ever need the assistance of a professional to implement these strategies in your model, please email me. We can talk. AngelicSolutions.org. Angel on the mic. Till next time.